Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I can't figure it out. I'm able to stream live on Twitch, but I can't stream on YouTube for some reason. I haven't changed any of my settings. I just don't get it. Can you on Twitch at least see me? Hawkstar says he can see and hear me. Trevor Green says, I see you. Ice Storm says, yes. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to try YouTube once more. Let's try YouTube once more. And see what happens. Alright, I don't get it. It's not allowing me to stream to YouTube. So, we're just going to do this on Twitch today. Well, it's a good thing I've got Twitch up and running. Let's get Discord up. Make sure that it's running. All right, now let me share my Twitch URL with everybody on Discord, because they're probably trying to watch me on YouTube right now. And there we go. All right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for the interruption. I wish I knew what was going on, but I can't explain it. I will, however, be recording this broadcast so that I can go ahead and get this up onto YouTube after the broadcast, like in the good old days. What is the Discord info? Yeah, let me go ahead and get that link for you. All right. So if you want to join us on Discord, here is the invitation link. I'm watching both the Twitch chat and the Discord chat today. All right. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that you're here on the program today. I'm glad you were able to make it. Sorry for the technical difficulties, especially those of you watching the recording. I know that must be frustrating, but we are back on schedule, even though we're about 24 minutes late. But I'm your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn here, as always, with my suspender set to maximum stun. I've got a great show for you today. We're going to be playing some Fallout 4 today. We're going to pick up where we left off last week in Concord, right outside the Museum of Freedom, just before getting our first suit of power armor. So I look forward to getting to that. Now, this morning, I released a new video called Why the Brotherhood of Steel is Evil. And I really enjoyed making the video, and I'm so glad that the video has generated so much controversy on YouTube. There are a lot of people who are upset with me and a lot of people who agree with me. Shall the show still go on? Asks Panda's Rule. Yes, it is going on now. Join me on Twitch. All right. Trevor Green says, I saw this whiskey I wanted you to try and see if you like it. It's called Lefroy Whiskey. I actually talk about Lefroy Whiskey often on my program, and people ask me what my favorite whiskey is. I'll often say Lefroy, because it is one of my favorites. But before the Brotherhood got mad and crashed your YouTube stream, says the lol nerd girl. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Phantasmagoria says, honestly, I don't think any of the factions are truly evil. They are just seriously misguided. The thing is, evil isn't a caricature. Evil doesn't wear red horns, have a pointy tail, wield a golden pitchfork, and laugh maniacally while playing the violin. Evil doesn't have hooves. You don't see evil in any stereotype. Even the things that we associate as the most evil, at the time, they weren't seen as that. Nazi Germany was not seen as evil by anyone in Germany until much later, right? Even the worst serial killers in human history, they've all got excuses. They've all got things that they're kind about, whether they love animals or whether they love certain types of people. Evil doesn't present itself in the way that we want to see it. So when we say things like the Institute is evil or the Brotherhood of Steel is evil, of course we're not saying, well, they look evil, or they fulfill every evil stereotype we want them to. Instead, we have to take a look at their actions, at what they achieve, at their ideologies. And even though they have some good people within those factions, we have to make our conclusions based on what they achieve. When the Institute, over the span of 200 years, achieves a commonwealth that is so scared of having their family members replaced by synths that it leads to mistrust of brothers and violence, that's evil. When the Brotherhood of Steel creates a world in which anything they want, they take, whether it's a nuclear reactor inside an aircraft carrier or food on someone's farm, that's evil. So it's really easy to say, well, there is no true evil. People are just misguided simply because we recognize that there are real humans in those factions, real people who may be good within those factions, and we just don't like having to say that things are evil. We can't hold on to the idea of someone being evil until they meet a certain qualification, until they look like the devil from a 17th century short play. Instead, when we see evil things happening, we have to recognize it for what it is. The whole moral equivalency thing, I don't buy. I do not buy the moral equivalency argument. I don't think that evil is just a perception. Well, you may think it's evil, but I don't think it's evil. Therefore, there really is no evil, and it's all just a matter of semantics, and it's all just various shades of gray. I don't believe that's true, because if that were true, then there would be no evil. There would be no such thing as morality, as evil, as right or wrong. It's all just a matter of opinion. And yet I think it's no great stretch to be able to sit down and say that there is true evil in the world, that there is true good in the world, and regardless of society, time, or culture, there are certain behaviors that are recognized as just purely evil throughout time, and that there are certain behaviors that all humanity aspires to as good throughout cultures, regardless of the cultures that exist in time. And we wouldn't be able to say those things unless there was true evil and true good, unless morality was a constant and not something that was a variable. And I think we all ultimately believe that way, true. The way we treat each other and our expectations of each other are set in a world where morality isn't something to be interpreted. Morality is just there, right? We expect people to not walk into our homes and take our belongings, right? We expect to be treated with respect by our friends and family members, and to receive unconditional love from our spouses. There are a number of different things that we have these expectations for, while at the same time we say, well, your morality is yours and my morality is ours, but we don't really live that way. We're happy to talk about that as a philosophical idea. Well, there is no morality. But the way we live as if there is. Oblivion says, wait, Ox, calm down. Most Germans were kept in the dark from the horrors of Nazi Germany. That's why they got away with being evil amongst their own people. Everyone on Fallout knows exactly what is going on in their factions, except maybe the Institute because of the different departments. You're wrong. Yes, many people in Germany were kept ignorant of concentration camps of Auschwitz, but the ideology that fueled those concentration camps, they were very much aware of. They were aware of the fact that Jews were being rounded up in their own neighborhoods and communities. They took part in the harassment of Jewish businesses by shattering their windows with bricks. That wasn't done by soldiers, that was done by other German citizens within Germany at that time. The Nazi Party perpetuated this hatred of Jewish people based on their own ideology of a master race that many people accepted. What they didn't know is that Nazi Germany took that a step further and actually built brick and mortar concentration camps with gas chambers where they rounded up all these Jews and killed them. Yes, they were kept in the dark of that. But the ideology that fueled that atrocity fueled many different atrocities that the rest of the German people were fully aware of at the time. And the same is true when you talk about the Brotherhood of Steel. They may not be aware that the sole survivor is going out to execute. Actually, they are. They are aware that based on the Brotherhood of Steel ideology, the sole survivor has to go and execute Paladin Dance. They're fully aware of that because Hayden says that Maxon sent out this memo to everyone in the Brotherhood of Steel saying that if you have any information about Paladin Dance, the rogue synth who was previously one of our members, let the sole survivor know so that the sole survivor can go and destroy it, right? How many people do you think they could hide the fact that they stole the fusion reactor out of an aircraft carrier at Rivet City? That's not really something that you can hide, especially since you're putting it on a ship that already has a bunch of people on it. So I don't think that's completely true. I don't think that you can say, well, there's just these evil factions have this, they're only evil because they have this dark secret that they're keeping from everyone else. I think what's closer to the reality is that when you're in a moment of time, you're presented with the reality with which you see before you. And you have to rationalize at that time. You either have a strict moral code where you go, okay, this is just plain wrong and I can't stand for this, or you realize that saying something like that's going to get you in trouble and you want to live, so you rationalize it. And I think a lot of that has gone on throughout history under a myriad of different regimes, from fascist regimes to communistic regimes, right? It's something humans do. We're very malleable. We're very flexible. We survive in the harshest of climates, even at the expense of our own personal ethics. We bend our personal ethics just so that we can survive in a sort of culture. That stuff went on in fascist Germany, and it goes on in the Brotherhood of Steel. Greg Hartung says, so what you're saying is that hippies and elves aren't evil, but simply misunderstood? No, hippies are evil, or the hippie elves are evil just because they have pointy ears and purple skin. I'm happy to be totally bigoted when it comes to elf hatred. Adeptus says, I don't think that the Brotherhood of Steel and Nazis are an exact comparison. Oblivion says, no, they're nothing close. And you're absolutely right. I don't think that they're an exact comparison either. I only brought them up, and this is something that I want to make sure I cover in this episode. I brought them up at the very beginning of my Is the Brotherhood of Steel Evil? Only to demonstrate that their species purity is very similar to the idea of a master race as perpetuated by the Nazis. I don't think that the Brotherhood of Steel in any way is at the level of the Nazis in creating concentration camps or in harassing business owners and stuff like that. But the problem with the Brotherhood of Steel ideology is that they have this idea of species purity that is very similar to the idea of a master race. And that was the simple comparison that I wanted to make. Which is why in a 33-minute video that I produced this morning, or published this morning, I talk maybe for 10 seconds about this connection between master race by the Nazis and species purity by the Brotherhood of Steel. And the entire rest of the time I talk about all of the other evidences based on the things that the Brotherhood has done to warrant me calling them evil. So I don't want to focus just on that one very small connection that I made at the very beginning of the video, because that's not the bulk of the argument. The bulk of the argument is them stealing crops from farmers, taking fusion reactors out of derelict aircraft carriers that are currently being used as cities housing hundreds of people, executing even core members of the Brotherhood of Steel who just so happen to be synths. I mean, these are all things unassociated with this master pure humanity ideology that they still did, which makes them evil, right? Jet Blackwell says, Ox, do you think that the Brotherhood in Fallout 4 is related to the Enclave? No. They're two completely different factions. The Enclave evolved out of the remnants of the United States government after the war. The Brotherhood of Steel, founded by Arthur Maxton's great-great-grandfather, I believe, came about from the remnants of the U.S. military. So the government of the United States made the Enclave. The military of the United States made the Brotherhood of Steel. They're two completely different organizations. By the way, I just recently celebrated Christmas. I know that many of us have celebrated Christmas recently, but my celebration was more recent than yours because I was away on vacation all throughout Christmas, and I came back, and then we had our own family celebration. And my wife got me something really special that I want to show off. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. She knows me. She got me this Pip-Boy. And I don't know, she said something about getting it on eBay, because I don't believe you can get it in stores anymore. I'm not sure how you go about getting it, but she said she found it on eBay, and I never splurge on things like this. Which is why my wife, she knows me, she loves me. I never splurge on things like this. I would have never bought this for myself, which is why she did it, because she knows that I would have never done it. But check it out. You're supposed to put your mobile device in here, and then you download an app onto your mobile device so that it has the functionality of a Pip-Boy. Now, it probably doesn't come with VATS, but let's try it on. It's the disclaimer on the box says, warning, fits most human arms. So if it doesn't fit, I mean, that's evidence that I'm probably not human. All right, let's try this out. Oh man, I got such fat arms. Oh no. Oh, can it get down there to my wrist? There we go. All right, let's close that up. Oh my gosh, I am really having a hard time here. Whoa, my arms are huge. Why is this not fitting? All right, let's see if we can. Oh, come on, please work. Duck on it all. Ah, there. Oh man, all the little knobs work and everything. Can change the radio. Look at that. Whoa, it's gonna fall on down. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I am like dyed-in-the-wool vault dweller now, right? Watches you. Really? Says, is your wife single? It's such an odd shape, it doesn't get smaller towards the wrist. Yeah. It's a little tight. I have to admit it. It's a little tight. But maybe I should just lose weight so that I fit the Pip-Boy better. There you go. That's an idea. Who cares about living beyond the age of 60 and diabetes and heart disease? I just want to wear my Pip-Boy. I'm going to have to go on a diet. Look at this. You can access vaults. All right. Well, there you go. I just wanted to show that off. Oh, come on now. Off. Yeah. Whoo. Pretty cool, huh? One of these days, who knows? Maybe I'll become one of those do-it-yourself guys, and I'll record a video of how to pimp your Pip-Boy. You know, I'll put on some maybe a leather lining. Oh, it's starting to peel already. Maybe a leather lining. Maybe you could distress it with some sort of metallic ceramic coating, or pimp your Pip-Boy with Oxhorn. Coming soon to YouTube. Oh, back in we go. There we go. Shut the door. There we go. All right, go down here. No. There we go. Now, you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't poured any scotch. And that is an issue. Oh, let me show you the next thing I got. My wife got me this. It's a Pip-Boy mug, and it changes color when you put warm liquids inside. I believe it glows, right? Look at how huge that is. That's a huge mug. So when I'm sitting there working on my videos, you know what I'm drinking. I'm drinking coffee or tea or maybe something stronger out of this awesome mug. But today we're not going to drink out of the Pip-Boy mug. Adeptia says you're 40 minutes late for scotch. I know. Here's the scotch we are drinking, some Old Pulteney. See, the frustrating thing about that technical issue that I had at the beginning of the show is that I still have to make a video for today. I worked so hard yesterday on my Is the Brotherhood of Steel Evil video, or Why the Brotherhood of Steel is Evil video, that I went to bed super late, like 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah, I think I signed off on Discord. I'm like, it's 5 in the morning, guys. Thank you all for all your support, but I got to go to bed. And then I woke up really late, and I sat down reading YouTube comments. I was responding to YouTube comments until the show started, because it was just an interesting topic for me. And I really enjoyed reading all of the passion that many of you had for the video that I published. But that means that I haven't started work on my video for today. Which means that after this broadcast, I'm going to be up late working on my video for tomorrow. But I've got the rest of this week's content already planned out. For tomorrow, I think I'm going to do a video on the Stealth Boy. It'll be a shorter video because I don't have a lot of time today. But thankfully, I took a look at the history of the Stealth Boy, and it's fairly straightforward. So I'm going to do a video on the history of the Stealth Boy. We'll be talking a little bit about some cool Stealth Boy related mods. But anyway, that's what I'm going to try and do today. Oh yeah, scotch. Cheers, ladies and gents. Andy says, Oxhorn Vault Boy cosplay on the horizon. I really don't think anyone wants to see me in a vault suit. Just going to put that out there as a possibility. Probably don't want to see me in a vault suit. Are you going to be talking about how the Stealth Boy makes people crazy, though, says Oblivion. Yes, I will. We will be talking about Fallout New Vegas and the Night Stalkers. Is that what they're called? Anyway, Lily was my companion in Fallout New Vegas because she was just hilarious. So we will be talking a lot about that. Silver Shroud video. That one has been in the air for a while, says Nightwing. Yes, we will be doing a Silver Shroud video. Seconded Silver Shroud, says the little nerd girl. Yeah, I do need to sit down and do the Silver Shroud video. I already did the history of Hubris Comics, at least the Hubris Comics office space inside Fallout 4. And then I have done separate videos of the Silver Shroud interactions. For example, I already have a video on the Silver Shroud reactions to going to Dry Rock Gulch. Because it's great. When Bethesda released Nuka World, they scripted the Silver Shroud reactions to the Protectrons in Dry Rock Gulch. So put on your hat, put on your Silver Shroud costume, and you have the option to respond as Shroud to the Protectrons in Dry Rock Gulch, which is hilarious. But then I also did a video on the Silver Shroud reactions to Isabel Cruz and The Mechanist. So those videos are already up on my channel. So there are a few other things I still need to talk about with the Silver Shroud. We will get into it, don't worry. Do you think that the Brotherhood of Steel, headed by lions from Fallout 3, is more or less evil than the one from Fallout 4? Great question. I think that the Brotherhood from Fallout 3 has its issues because they don't treat ghouls right. But their goals were not just to harvest and hoard technology. They did work really hard to help provide the capital wasteland with clean, radiation-free drinking water. And that's a very good thing. Like, if that faction were to disappear, so would all of this wonderful drinking water for the capital wastelands. So, overall, I think that the Brotherhood from Fallout 3 is better than the one in Fallout 4. Are there companion-specific lore videos on the horizon? There are. One of the one that I'm going to be working on soon is probably Kate. Simply because I've already done the Vault 95 video, and I've got some footage saved for her. Not sure how to wrap my head around it, because, yes, there is the story. Each of these characters has their own little story. But I also don't want to produce a 10 to 15 minute video of just that one companion talking. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to go about it. Oblivion says, I maintain that the Institute is the only right choice simply because you have complete control. But you don't. That's the thing. Even as director of the Institute, you were given one opportunity, only one, to make a decision as director of the Institute. You are asked whether you want to focus on synth production or the further development of Institute's weaponry. And your choice after that decision has no effect on the game whatsoever. None. So, from purely what we find in the game, as director of the Institute, you really don't have any choice at all. Even the Radiant quests that you get for the Institute after you side with them is all about capturing synths. You have to go and find rogue synths. It positions it as rescuing those synths after the railroad is gone. But that's still what you're doing. These are synths that left the Institute of their own free will, and you're going out and taking them back. So there isn't any opportunity to actually make a change to the way the Institute works. Now, aside from what we find in the game, sure, you could, in your mind, have a headcanon where, well, I'm the director of the Institute now, and we're going to be taking all of our resources and making the Commonwealth better. But, I mean, it's headcanon. That's your game. Do what you want. But when I make a lore video, I can only go based on what I find in the game. I can't make a lore video on my own personal headcanon, right? Or somebody else's personal headcanon. And what we find in the game shows us an Institute that is willing to use Commonwealth citizens as guinea pigs for their experiments, time and time again. We find an Institute that cares so little about the Commonwealth that they are the ones who are actually responsible for making super mutants in downtown Boston. If it weren't for over 160 years of their FEV experimentation, there wouldn't be super mutants in downtown Boston. But there are, because of the Institute. And that's a big problem. And we find a culture of the Institute that thinks of surface dwellers as being inferior to this new definition of mankind. That's the entire point of their motto, mankind redefined. They're not trying to help mankind. They're not trying to improve mankind. They're trying to redefine it, and they're trying to redefine it by changing the very nature of what it is. By turning people into Gen 3 synths. By removing them and replacing them with Gen 3 synths. That is their ultimate goal. Which is why X688 says, I can't wait for the surface dwellers to die out, right? He's talking about how everything that currently is there is irredeemable. And that's the entire philosophy of the Institute as we find them. They're reclusive. They don't trust anyone. They hide in their underground bunker, and they see the entire wasteland as being completely irredeemable. When Father comes topside and you have a conversation with him on top of the CIT ruins, he doesn't talk about the beauty that is there. He doesn't see that. He only sees the destruction, and he thinks that he can't do anything to help it. So what does he want to do? He wants to destroy it. So he goes back into the Institute, and it just goes from there. So, yes, you could invent a headcanon where as director of the Institute, you're going to change everything, and you're going to change all of those real issues within the Institute's philosophy. But with the lore that we are presented with in the game, it's evil. But they come out in the end. From what I've experienced, they only come out in Diamond City and at the military checkpoints. So if you do side with the Institute occupies all the military checkpoints in the game, and they occupy Diamond City. But that's about it. And every faction does that. If you side with any of the factions in the game, they all do that. Watches says, you should do a video on female super mutants. There are no female super mutants. Super mutants are genderless. All you have to do is take a look at the super mutant on display on the Pridwin to see for yourself. They have no undercarriage bits. Oblivion says, you find roaming research teams. Is that true? If that's true, I didn't know that. I haven't come upon any myself. Soviet Onion says, so in my opinion, the Minutemen are too disorganized to defend all of the Commonwealth interests. The Railroad is too focused on subterfuge and manipulation to free synths. And the Brotherhood is absolutely capable of protecting the Commonwealth's interests, but isn't necessarily willing. I'd say that that's a fair assessment, except for when it comes to the Minutemen, because I believe that you're taking a look at the Minutemen as you find them level 1 in the game. Like when you first come upon the Museum of Freedom, your assessment is correct. Yeah, they are too weak, they are too disorganized to do any good. But the Minutemen, and this is something that I'm going to be making clear in my Are the Minutemen Evil video, they're not. But in that video, this is my basic argument. And it's that the Minutemen are the only faction that levels with you as your character levels. Like, would you be able to kill Kellogg fresh out of the vault? No. Not without cheating. Does that mean that the sole survivor is weak and ineffectual and that he should be abandoned? You should just stop playing? Well, no, because you can grow. You can become more powerful. Similarly, the Minutemen that you find at the very beginning of the game are completely weak and disorganized, but they can grow. They are the only faction in the entire game that gets stronger the more effort you put into them. Therefore, the Minutemen are a reflection of you as a player. If you don't invest any time and energy to them, then yeah, they're going to be weak forever, and some other faction is going to be a better choice. But if you do put time and energy into them, and you claim all of the different settlements, and you put up all the artillery cannons, and you set up proper defenses, and you build a system of farms and water purification, and you set up supply lines, suddenly you have this organization that can't be killed. With all of the other factions, all you have to do is blow up their headquarters, and they're done. With the Minutemen, if you take every single settlement and you build them up and you recruit settlers, even if they completely destroy the castle, there are still 33 other places they have to kill before they completely destroy the Minutemen, giving you plenty of time to recuperate. And they have a radio network, which none of the other factions have, which they can use to quickly communicate to all of the different Minutemen strongholds throughout the game. In my opinion, the Minutemen can be made into the most powerful faction in the game. They're nimble, they can respond quickly, and they have the entire Commonwealth on their side. They're the only faction that comes to the defense of citizens in the Commonwealth and asking nothing in return. They're also the only faction that makes joining their ranks an option. None of the other factions do. Well, the Railroad doesn't want anyone to join their ranks. They're very exclusive. And neither really does the Institute, although they will go out and take people when they want them. But the Brotherhood of Steel doesn't allow anyone to join their group. And when they want things, they take it by force. With the Minutemen, they serve the Commonwealth first. Settlers only join the Minutemen after you do something for them. You want the Abernathy farm guys to join you so that you can have access to their farm? Sure, but first you have to go clear some raiders and retrieve a necklace for the grieving mother of Lucy Abernathy. You want Finch Farm? Sure, but first you got to go save their wayward son and retrieve a family heirloom before they're going to join you. Then they join you of their own free will. They get fed after you put a bunch of hard work into their farm to make it better, and then other settlers in the Commonwealth get fed because they share and share alike. You've got this citizen militia that is banding together to make a society. The Minutemen are the only one trying to actually rebuild civilization. The Brotherhood of Steel is trying to make a wonderful world for the Brotherhood. The Institute is trying to make a wonderful world for the Institute. The Minutemen are the only ones trying to make a wonderful world for everybody. Can raiders ever be defeated? That's like asking if evil can be defeated. No. Evil comes from within individual people. As long as there are people, there will always be evil. So no, it can't ultimately be defeated. The point of defending against evil is doing it once, and then doing it again, and then doing it 70 times 7, and just continuing to do it over and over again to maintain the civilization that you have. There is no true end in sight. The best you're going to get is free people enjoying their freedom and having petty complaints. People often complain that they'll go to their settlements and their settlers are complaining about all the hard work that they have to do. And I sit there and go, I actually love that. It proves that they're alive. You go to the settlement and they're there complaining about their aches and pains and their bruises and how much hard work that they're doing. That's a wonderful thing. They're still there alive to complain. They're not dead in a gutter because you allowed some raider gang to come in and tear them up. Anyway, I should probably get to the video game, huh? All right, let's see here. So I had this all set up and ready to go before I had that weird technical issue. And now I've got to get it all back up again. But that's okay. That's what we're going to do. All right, so when we last left our hero, she had just saved everybody inside the Museum of Freedom, and she was now heading outside to don her suit of power armor and take care of some raiders and a Deathclaw. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. Let's switch things out here. Change my audio settings. Let's get some nice background music going on. Let's increase the sound effects here. There we go. Alright, so I actually died last week when we tried this. Let's see if I cannot die. Oh! Ah! I haven't had a time to hotkey any of my age yet. Alright, let's see. What have I got? I got Buff Out. I've got Med-X. Mentats, yeah, I'll take that. How about some Psycho, Buff, maybe Rat Away, sure, and a Stem Pack. How about that? Ah, come on, man! Get off me, Deathclaw! That's right, stand right there. Stand right there. Yes! Oh. Oh. Well, we lived. We lived to fight another day, ladies and gents. Woo-wee! Okay. Now, there's got to be more, but I don't want to waste all of my... I don't want to waste all of my ammunition, so let's pull out our trusty 10mm pistol here. And go kill the rest of them. What difficulty are you playing on, Oxhorn? I am playing on the difficulty that is right beneath survival, whichever difficulty that is. If I recall, there was one way back here, just hanging out, doing his own thing. Yep. Where are you at?
Made a big mistake, rookie.
Okay, now since this is my railroad character, I don't really want to join the Minutemen. I want to have a Minutemen free playthrough with this guy.
Mama, you okay?
I'm fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
That was a pretty amazing display.
Right?
I'm just glad you're on our side.
Yeah.
You guys gonna be okay now?
Yeah, for a while anyway. We can at least move some. Listen, when we first met,
What was that?
you said you were glad to help. Well, you did. And we owe you our lives. So here. It ain't much, but it's the best way I can say thank you.
Thank you. I will take your caps.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, since you say that, maybe you'll come to Sanctuary with us. We could use your help getting settled there.
I don't want to go to
I
Sanctuary.
got my own problems.
Well, that much is true.
Oh.
'Cause I seen your destiny. And I know your pain.
This is the first time I've seen Mama Murphy with my new skin mod installed. I installed it long after I finished all of this in Sanctuary. She looks strange.
Don't give me that destiny crap.
I just saw you go toe-to-toe with a 20-foot tall irradiated lizard. You telling me you can't keep an open mind after that?
That's a good point, Preston. It's a good point.
It's all right, Preston. Not everyone understands the sight. But I don't need you to believe. I just need you to listen. You're a woman out of time, out of hope. But all is not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
Bullshit. You're trying to play me for a fool.
Oh, no, kid, no. The sight's sometimes foggy, but it ain't ever a liar. Your son's out there.
Really, lady?
Even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking. The great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Diamond City. The biggest settlement around.
Okay.
You've told me nothing. It's all just guesswork.
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The sight will paint a clearer picture.
No. Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
Oh, shush, Preston. We're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, she's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move out. We're heading for that place Mama Murphy knows about. Sanctuary. It's not far.
She knows about it? You mean she has...
All right, you guys go ahead and do your thing. I don't want to join the Minutemen with this run through, so I'm going to leave you be. Now let's see. What's on my quest log here? I want to go to Diamond City, but first, let's explore that sewer. If I recall, there's an entrance right in here somewhere. Ah, yes. Concord Civil Access. Did I turn music on? I did. Let's see, what was down here? Murlocs? No, not Murlocs. Mirelurks. Oh, and it's already dead. I'll take the Mirelurk meat as that is great for experience, especially this early in the game. Uh-oh. Let me change to a weapon that doesn't take such expensive ammunition. Hey, leave my dog alone. Goodness. Just trying to explore a dungeon here. Alright, what was up this way? This is back the way I came, isn't it? Wait, this is new. Gotta take all the glue that I can get. Adhesive is going to be rare. Alright, got some skeletons back in here. Ooh, no, that tool chest. More duct tape. I'll take it. Alright, then this is back the way I came, right? Yeah, there's that locked door. Okay. Making sure I get absolutely everything here. Why is the skeleton hugging sugar bombs? Oh dear. Uh-oh. Minigun time. Where you going, buddy? Woo! Ah! Woo! You alright there, dog meat? Okay. See if I recall, this way goes back up. To exit number 2. But there's more to loot. Come around the corner. Ah! And then I didn't explore down here. Let me get this Mirelurk meat. That'll come in handy. Oh man, all these rooms.
Sweet.
Now, one thing I'm debating is whether or not I should use power armor as a railroad character, because the railroad character is all about stealth. I want this person... Ooh, fusion core. I want this person to be like a sneaky, backstabby stealth person. I in my last railroad playthrough, I played a great sniper, but she wasn't very stealthy at all. So, I think I may want to try that. Did I come from here? I came from here, didn't I? Yeah. That's where I came from. And then I went around the corner, and then I went up. Okay, so then that is the actual exit. Oh, no, that's the exit. Now, I walked past this. Oh, but it's the same? Well, I guess there are 3 exits. Okay. So let's see if I can get to Diamond City. Dahlgrim says, Oxhorn, when you get to your stabby portion, I recommend Pickman's knife. I love that weapon. That's right. It's a great weapon. I've used it before. I used it on my Institute character. Where are you going? Okay, I see you're barking this way, but I don't know. I killed everything in here. Where do you want me to go? All right, dog. Well, now you want to go this way? All right. Ah. Thanks, dog meat. Okay, I think I'm done with Concord. Let's find our way out of here. No, I'm not playing on survival today. I do have a survival character that I have done live streams before, but not today. All right, let's see if we can walk all the way to Diamond City. What can we get into? Now, don't get me in unnecessary trouble there, dog meat. What's this? Oh, Trash Can Carla.
Excuse me.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Just looking for love, sweetheart.
Girl, have you come to the wrong place? My loving days have long since passed. I'll tell you what, beautiful. You made an old girl smile, and that ain't easy. You want to do some trading? I'll give you a discount.
Sure.
Let's see what you have.
I got a little bit of everything.
But nothing really interesting. Thanks, Trash Can. Alright, on our way. Now, who's that?
Hey there, doll. If you're interested in making some easy scratch, my boss is putting together a crew for a new job.
This is my first time getting this encounter.
What's the job?
You gotta get the details from Bobby. You know, Bobby no-no.
Really?
Good neighbor. I don't know nothing else about it.
I've never had that before. I mean, I've done the Bobby No-No's quests before, but I didn't know that some random trigger man would approach me in the middle of the wasteland. Now, if I recall, there's an encounter up here by Drumlin Diner.
We had a deal, Trudy.
Here we go.
Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison shilling kept
Just in case, I will save.
bushes anything.
I am fresh out of the
That
vault.
junk is done to my boy.
He bought them fair and square, Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's strung out. Now don't make me come in there and shoot up that little trading post of yours.
I'm calling it right here. This world can officially bite my ass.
Hey, we all got problems, all right? I'm just trying to collect on what's owed to me. Don't suppose you feel like helping us out? Use an extra gun, or maybe you talk some sense into Trudy over there.
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
Appreciate it. If things go sideways, we'll back you up.
Now, there is an option to, like, get her off of drugs, right? It's the boy, isn't it? Yeah.
Hi.
I saw you in that poison cellar talking. Well, he ain't getting his money. Period.
Look, you owe them money. If you just pay them, then this will be over. Everyone walks away without getting hurt.
I got a better idea. You take
Whoops.
care of Wolfgang. I'll pay you 100 caps to put a bullet between his eyes.
Decisions.
Not gonna happen, Trudy.
Then I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. I'll kill all you catfish.
Mom!
Man, this character sucks at level 2.
That's Commonwealth justice for you.
That was an expensive encounter. All of that ammunition.
Excuse me.
Too bad about Trudy. But the upside is we got a new location for the chem business. Here,
Hey,
for you.
cool.
Now what can I get our first customer?
Oh, I didn't know that he turns into a chem merchant.
Let's see what you have.
Now remember, moderation.
Oh, sweet. I'll have to remember that. Alright, well, we've done one horrible thing so far. But the railroad, I don't know. Maybe that's okay and fitting with my morally gray playthrough. Hey! Look at this. We've got an Edotronic. Nothing inside of it, though. I wish I would have known of that when I did my video on the Edotronic. Oh, man, I'm going to have to go past the Corvaga assembly plant. They're going to shoot at me. Now, I don't have the key yet. Where do I get the key again?
Won't be able to pick this.
I forget. Well, let's see how far I go before I die. Let's see, that'll take me to Lexington, won't it? That takes me to Lexington. I want to go across the bridge and then that way, not all the way through Lexington. Although if I go down here, I get a random encounter. Yep, let's do that. Cheers. Now, what's in here? Star-crossed lovers. Wasn't there a guy in that house? Or does he only appear at a certain level? Oh, and I can't get up there without a jetpack. Oh, well. He appears when you come back later. Oh, okay. Now, what was that? A junkyard, I think, right? It's called Wicked Shipping Fleet Lockup, southwest of Sanctuary, around south of Abernathy Farm. That's right. Okay, Grey Garden is right there, which means there should be some ammunition. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of lag real quick. There should be some ammunition over here. There we go. Wasn't there one more? All right. Okay, I want to round this corner to get that random encounter, then across the bridge to Diamond City. All right. Whoops. Oh, that hurt. That was a very large range on that bomb. I need to be more careful. Watch where I'm going. See if I can eat some food. Pork and beans. Uh-oh, something's going on. Yeah, I don't want to join the Brotherhood, so I'm just going to skip that. Let them take care of the ghouls themselves. If I can make it to Diamond City, maybe I can repair my power armor, although I don't know if I have enough materials for that. Oh!
Hi.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you happen to know the way to Bunker Hill?
Why can't I say yes? I know where Bunker Hill is.
Why do you need to go there?
I can't divulge my reasons, but I...
Hey.
Excuse me.
Don't walk
ma'am.
away.
Would you happen to know the way to Bunker Hill?
Why do you need to go there?
I can't divulge my reasons, but I need to get there urgently.
Sorry, I don't.
Why is he walking away? Stop. Some random encounter that turned out to be. Okay, let's see if I can sneak by without all of those raiders on that ship attacking me. Why is an Institute guy trying to get to Bunker Hill? Because they know where it's at. The Institute knows where Bunker Hill is. Maybe he's an escaped synth and he doesn't realize? Oh, that's right, because the railroad operates out of Bunker Hill. Old Man Stockton. Maybe he's an escaped synth trying to get in touch with the railroad. Okay. Yeah, there's that ship. They're going to tear me to pieces at my level. And my entire suit of power armor is broken. So, I'm a stealthy character. Let's try and sneak by. Oh man, a lot of lag as I approach downtown Boston. Gotta let it load. Finally, the music turns on. Alright. Let's hope I don't get destroyed by super mutants. I'm almost there! Yo. Oh, there's Hangman's Alley. That means there should be a big thing of super mutants around the corner here. Maybe I'll survive if I help out these DC guards. Oh, the lag! Oh, the lag! I'm not specting anything yet, so I'm just... Here, maybe if... Oh no, they're dying! Oh no, now they're on me. Why is it lagging for you, Oxhorn? Well, because I'm trying to live stream while playing at ultra quality. Whoo!
Hey there.
Damn. Not afraid of mutants, huh? You're our kind of gal.
You're welcome. I'll take the helmet because my character is ugly. Time to loot. There we go. All right, there's one more floor, right? Boiled leather chest piece. It's not better than what I'm wearing. Maximum capacity, I'll take that. Okay, almost there. I think we can do it.
What do you mean you can't open the gate? Stop playing around, Danny. I'm standing out in the open here for crying out loud.
I got orders not to let you in, Miss Piper. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Ooh, just doing your job. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it? Oh, look, it's the scary reporter.
I'm sorry, but Mayor McDonough's really steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all lies. The whole city's in a tizzy.
Ugh. You open this gate right now, Danny Sullivan. I live here. You can't just lock me out. You.
What?
You want into Diamond City, right?
Yes. Let me in.
What? Who are you?
Shh. Lay along. What's that? You said you're a trader up from Quincy? You have enough supplies to keep the general store stocked for a whole month? You hear that, Danny? You gonna open the gate and let us in, or are you gonna be the one talking to crazy Myrna about losing out on all the supply?
Now that's a creepy
Jeez,
smile.
All right. I need to make it personal, Piper. Give me a minute.
That's a cool
Better get
shot.
inside quick before old Danny catches on to the bluff.
I like this part.
This place, Diamond City. What is it?
Oh, the Green Jewel? She's a sight. Everyone who's anyone in the Commonwealth is from here, settled here, got kicked out of here. A big wall, some power, working plumbing, schools, and some security goons are what make Diamond City the big monster it is.
Ooh.
Oh, love it or hate it. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Piper, who let you back inside? I told Sullivan to keep that gate shut. You devious, rabble-rousing slanderer. The level of dishonesty in that paper of yours. I'll have that printer scrapped for parts.
Ooh, that a statement, Mr. McDonough? Tyrant mayor shuts down the press. Why don't we ask the newcomer? You support the news? Because the mayor's threatening to throw free speech in the dumpster.
I am not fond of the media.
Newspapers just like to stir up trouble.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring you into
And
this
she has no
argument,
response.
No. You look like Diamond City material. Welcome to the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Safe, happy, a fine place to come. Spend your money. Settle down. Don't let this muckraker here tell
He
you
seems like
otherwise,
such a
huh?
nice guy.
What are you two arguing about anyway?
What do you think? Print lies and everybody's happy, but if you print the truth...
Now, is there anything particular you came to our city for?
Not really your business.
Well, whatever you do, don't bother going to Diamond City Security for help.
I've had enough of this, Piper. From now on, consider
Whoa.
you and that little sister of yours on notice.
Yeah, keep talking, McDonough. That's all you're good for. A big Diamond City welcome from the mayor. You feel honored yet? Look, I gotta go get settled in, but, stop by my office later. I have an idea for an article you'd be perfect for.
Sounds interesting, Piper. Sorry to get you in trouble, Danny.
You're Sullivan, right?
So, you're that traitor Piper was talking about. Something tells me she's pulled the wool over my eyes again. Am I right?
I wasn't lying. I got a whole supply train coming in tomorrow.
Oh, of course you do. Now tell me the one about you and the fish that got away. Hey, what's brought you into town anyway? Be good to note it down in the logs.
Not really your business.
All right. Sorry I asked.
All right, onwards and upwards. The Great Green Jewel. Ah, home sweet home.
Piper, you're back. Hey, kiddo. How are the paper sales?
Well, the presses are getting overloaded. That motor is going to go soon if we don't replace it.
You've been saying that for weeks and the old girl still keeps cranking. Stop worrying so much. I gotta head into the office. You start whistling if you see any angry politicians coming our way.
Why? Is something wrong? Piper?
Oh, that's cold. She's your sister. Answer her questions. All right, let's see if I can find...
What is one of those things? It's that
the power armor station. Oh, man. See if I can repair this sucker up.
Kim I Care cares about you. All your medicinal.
Oh, and I'm out of steel. I'm gonna have to find more steel. Well, alrighty then. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I made it to Diamond City on my railroad character.
Thanks to the wall.
We'll be sure to do this a whole lot more. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I need to call this one because I got to get to work on my new video, which I haven't even started yet. So I'm going to see you all later. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'm going to have this video done, hopefully in time, for publication tomorrow morning. And tune in next week, same Ox time, same Ox channel. Hopefully, I'll have my YouTube broadcasting technical difficulties fixed. So you'll be able to watch this program both here on YouTube and on Twitch. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for coming, and I'll see you later.